All right. Thanks, Em. Hello, everybody. Want to go ahead and welcome you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Alejandra Castillo, and I go by Alex. I'm the Senior Associate of Career Pathways for Tech at Dream.org, and I lead our scholarship program. I'll be going over our agenda today. So we're actually starting off with introduction and agenda right now. Then we're going to be going into our session objectives and mission. Then we'll do our tech team introductions. We'll go into overview and benefits of the scholarship program. And then I'll pass it over to Lepre to go into eligibility, qualities. He'll share some tips for your essay and then also provide a timeline of your application. As well as we're going to actually hear from Sean Wilson, who's going to be sharing an opportunity, coming up with Dream.org on the justice side. So a way to organize with us as well. Okay. And then we'll go into Q&A for a couple of minutes. So any questions you guys have, welcome to jot it down, and we'll have a few minutes at the end to go ahead and answer all of your questions. All right. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Our main objectives for today are to learn more about our fund, the many benefits of receiving the award, and the requirements, as well as understanding our processes, timelines, and sharing tips that will help you develop great answers for the short answers and essay portion of the application. This is very, very important. Now, a little bit about Dream.org and the tech department's mission. So we dream of a world beyond economic inequality. We aim to break down barriers to provide opportunities for those in underrepresented communities, ultimately transforming sectors like climate change to be more diverse, while also fostering a culture of innovation, equity, and sustainability. Now, we're going to get into who does the behind the scenes while introducing our tech team. Next slide, please. Awesome. So Kashif Wizard is our national director. So big boss. And then we have EJ Jordan, who is our director of career pathways. And our senior manager of tech entrepreneurship is Michael Birdney. Now I'll pass it over to Tasha to introduce herself. Go ahead, Tasha.
Hi, everyone. I am Tasha Lawrence, and I'm the special project manager. And I am the behind the scenes trying to do budget and community outreach. Thank you guys for all attending. We are welcome and excited for you to be here. And I'll pass it over to Lepre.
Thank you, Tasha. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'm Lepre George. I'm the National Scholarship Manager working alongside Alex and the whole tech team. Really behind the scenes to review applications and work with our committee to make those selections. So as Alex mentioned, I'll share a few more details about the tips that you should be aware of before you submit your application to make sure that you shine through. There'll be tons of applications, so you want to make sure that your application is solid and sound. So I'll share some tips on that. And yeah, look forward to talking more, and great to have you all join us today. I guess back to Alex. Maybe go give it to Emmanuel. I think you already introduced yourself, Alex. Let's hear from Emmanuel.
Hey guys, my name is Emmanuel. I am a digital campaigner here at Dream.org. I work really closely with the tech team to develop, all outgoing communications. And so, the emails, all of that stuff, text messages. And I also run tech on events like this. So happy to be here, and thank you all so much for taking the time to join us and learn more about our scholarship. I'll pass back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Em. All right. Well, I'll be taking us into the overview and benefits next. So our Climate Career Pathway Scholarship Fund was made to empower untapped talent to enter the climate and sustainability landscape. These careers extend from renewable energy technicians to environmental lawyers or clean car engineers to green building professionals. There are various pathways, and we seek to elevate people from diverse backgrounds and position them for employment, while also shaping a more inclusive future and minimizing the negative impacts of climate change on communities of color. Thank you. Next slide, please. Now the benefits. So this award amount is $3,500. A pretty big amount so that you can get your career started, kickstart it, or continuing it, continuing your career with climate and sustainability. Now, the award is to be used to take courses that will help you advance your career and increase your skill sets, therefore increasing your opportunities. Now, this is designed to help you basically help those in the underrepresented communities break into climate and sustainability sectors as well. Now, being a part of our network keeps you informed about industry trends, job opportunities, resources, as well as a lot of support on our end. And it's also opening doors of opportunities to enter high demand industries as well. Now, I'll pass it over to Lepre George, who will be taking us into eligibility. Go ahead and take it away, Lepre.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah, so there are a few different types of applicants that we can actually support for this scholarship. First and foremost, and probably the most important, is that you are in pursuit of a qualified climate sector certification college degree or something along those lines within the next 6 months. So similarly, if you are already enrolled in a qualifying program, as well as someone that may have recently completed a program that fills within these examples. So again, if you're looking to pursue a program, already enrolled in a program, or if you already completed a program, you want to be reimbursed, use that money for reimbursement, we'll allow that as well. So 3 different types, but again, all focused on that climate sector certification. Next slide, please. So when it comes to the type of education or upskilling that's qualified, it should be one of the following that are listed on the screen here. So it should definitely be an accredited academic institution, such as a tech program, community college, or a 4-year university. So it doesn't have to just be something that's trade related. It can be from if you're enrolled in a university and you're focusing on this area, that would qualify as well. If you're pursuing a degree program, like I mentioned, that would also allow you to qualify. But at any rate, it should be an accredited organization that's acknowledged as best in class. And a lot of organizations will have that listing on their website or on their about page. So you'll be able to identify, one that's legit versus one that's kind of a certification mill, if you will, that there's not a lot of evidence behind what they're doing. Want you to be enrolled in a program that's really going to give you the benefits that you need to be the best within the respective sector that you go into. And if you're unsure about that, we can always assist you and provide some additional guidance. So just reach out to us and we can provide you with additional details or answer any questions you may have after today's session. Next slide, please. So in addition to that, you have to be 18 years of age. And as I mentioned, you're going to be going into or furthering your career in climate and sustainability sectors. And of course, everyone's encouraged to apply, but you should know that there's going to be priority given to those that are underrepresented populations, particularly those that are, Black, Latinx, Native American, or Native Alaskan communities. So anyone can certainly apply, but again, priority will go to these specific groups. Next slide, please. All right, so when it comes to the application, highly encourage you to do plenty of research if you're not already involved in this space. If you are, great. If not, you definitely want to be able to use some of these resources that we have coming on the screen now to do a little bit more research. Tasha just dropped a link in the chat that provides all of these direct sources so you can go and check them out on your computers or laptops specifically. But I do want to point out a couple here. So Green Jobs Network is one that we have a great partnership with. They're a great resource for finding green jobs of interest. So if you're uncertain, or if you're going down a path and you're not certain, you want to look at other options, you certainly want to take a look at the Green Jobs Network to find which one interests you the most. And the CEO, Leonard Adler, is going to be providing a demo of what they provide in their network in our next session in September. So if you are available, you should tune into that to get more information directly from the CEO himself. But again, Terra.do is a great source. Climate People, I mean, all those listed are the top tier organizations that are doing a lot of great work, providing a lot of free resources, but really all about the information that you'll need to find success in that respective sector. So when it comes to the actual application, and there's a short answer and essay portion of the application, I put a couple of bullets here for things that I know the scholarship committee looks for when they're going through these applications. So showing your passion, I think, is really important. Having the best grades in the world won't help a scholarship candidate if they aren't passionate about what they're applying for and what they're looking to do. So the committees tend to be attracted to someone who is not only exuding confidence, but someone that also is able to show a passion for what this scholarship is going to offer them. Strengths and weaknesses are also important. Share both. The committee wants to know what your strengths are, of course. They want you to express them the best way you know how via the essay. And I think the application itself is not really a place to be humble, right? You want to be able to let your hard work shine, the good, and I won't say the bad, but the areas of improvement. I think it also shows a good balance that, you don't know it all. You are looking to gain more experience and expertise. So that's why the application and the essay itself is going to allow you to shine and share those specifics within your wording. Leadership and communication skills. The committees are looking for people who can communicate effectively and also showcase their leadership potential. Leaders are not only confident in their own abilities, but they know how to work well as part of a team. So if you have some examples of that, great to show those to show just how much of a leader you are. And you should be able to express those ideas very confidently. I think this is a great time to show off how successful you've been through your achievements in various leadership positions. And there should be one more bullet there, which is focus. Yep. So applicants who are focused on their short and long-term goals tend to be more likely to be selected for scholarships. And I'm speaking of in general, not just for this scholarship, but I think for all that you apply for, because there should be certainly more that you would apply for beyond the one we're offering today. But it tends to be more sponsorship for students that are not easily distracted. And a well-written application that's concise, focused, and straight to the point is the best way to show that you're focused on your academic goals and their career path. So many scholarships applicants and interviews will ask what your career and education goals are. I think it's important to write these goals down, explain how you plan to achieve them, so you have the answers ready whenever you apply for this or any other scholarships. Just save you a lot of time and effort when you're applying, and you'll have well thought out answers that you can use, time and time again. So I hope that's helpful. But again, I think it's universal. It doesn't just apply for this scholarship. It should be used as you apply for any. Next slide, please. All right, so taking action. So we want to make sure that you remember to thoroughly research your options. Again, not just this scholarship, there are multiple too that you can apply for. So if you're in this space, you want to look at all the options that exist. Be mindful of the deadlines. You can continue to advance. Be mindful of the deadlines that exist. Stay informed about the latest opportunities to make the most of this scholarship fund. But again, it starts with exploring multiple options. There are only a limited number of awards available with this scholarship, so know that there'll be hundreds of applications that we receive. So if you do not receive the scholarship, don't be discouraged. Just continue to explore other options that exist, because there are a variety of resources that are out there. Can you go ahead and advance down? There should be some more bullets to pop up there. Yep. So I believe this resource is within the chat that has that specific link there. So our application deadline is going to be October the 6th. So just about 2 months. Not saying you should wait that long to apply, but want to let you know that this there's an end to this overall application period. Certainly stay informed by making sure that you are connected with us via social media, sign up for our newsletter to get the most up-to-date information about the next opportunities that we'll have via scholarships, as well as industry news and a lot of valuable career advice. As I mentioned, we'll have others that join the future calls to share more about what they do within the climate space. So the best way to learn more about those things would be to connect with us via social media or be a part of our newsletter, so you can get those alerts via email or via social media. And of course, if you have any questions or need any assistance, my buddy Alex is always available to help. You can email her directly with the email address that's there. But of course, that should be in that link that's in the chat. But you can also connect with a variety of us directly through our Slack channel as well. So again, stay connected with us. If you have questions, there are a variety of ways to connect. And yeah, I think we're covering all the bases here. So there shouldn't be any questions in regards to, how do I get in contact with them? How do I find this? How do I find that? We're doing a whole lot to make sure everything is there for you, so we can just answer some specific questions that we may not have covered within the resources that we provide. And I think if we advance to the next slide. Yes, of course, the timeline. This is important as well. So the first info session is today. Thank you all for attending. The next info session, I believe, is September. Can you hit the advance, see if that other button. There you go. September 13th will be our next info session. As I mentioned, we'll have some special guests to be a part of that one as well. That will be at the time listed on the screen there on September 13th. If you sign up for our newsletter or other communications, you'll get more alerts about when that's happening, so you don't forget to RSVP for it. The scholarship application deadline is October the 6th. I believe it's midnight on that day. Again, don't wait till then to submit, but want to let you know that there is an amount of time that you have between that from now till then to submit your application. And then we'll make our final selections in October and early November. Hopefully by the end of October, we'll have all those worked out with our committee and make our selections. And you'll receive a notification via email that you were selected, and then you have some additional steps to follow to receive the actual funds. And then once all those things are done, the disbursement will happen sometime in November, definitely by early December. And we'll get those funds out to those that were selected via direct deposit. And that covers the timeline. So again, October 6th. So you have from now until, about 50 days or so until this will actually end. So get those applications in sooner rather than later. Next slide. All right. I'm going to turn it over to Sean Wilson, who's our Justice Organizing Director. He's going to share some great info. And if you want to connect with Sean, certainly hit that QR code to connect with him via LinkedIn. Sean's a good dude. I encourage that. You want to know this, brother. All right, Sean, over to you, sir.
Thank you, LaPray. I really appreciate it. Leaders, hello. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Sean Wilson, Organizing Director here on the Justice team. Excited to share some additional information with you all as it pertains to additional opportunities that we would like to extend to you all as you go through the application process for this scholarship and ultimately potentially being chosen for the scholarship. I want you all to know that this isn't just a one-off transaction. We want you to know that we are looking and hoping to continue to collaborate with you all in whatever decision you all make as you utilize these funds to advance your careers. Know that dream.org is open to collaborating with you. If you have an idea, if you have a campaign, if you have an initiative that you want to pursue, please know that we're here as a thought partner, as a collaborator, as a convener, whatever it is that you need us to be, and we can be a value add. Please feel free to reach out so that we can discuss how we can be so. And I'll pass it back to Alex.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate you being here. And I want to go ahead and move into the Q&A portion. So I know we covered a lot and pretty quickly. And no worries, our second info session will go into a little bit more detail about pathways and, helping you kind of figure out, what it is that you want to focus on if you, are kind of trying to still figure that out. But want to go ahead and open that up. You're welcome to drop the question in the chat, or you can go ahead and unmute yourself and you can ask the question. And LaPray and I are here to answer anything you need.
Yep. Yeah, and I want to address Priya asked a question or made a comment in the chat in regards to leadership qualities for the scholarship. I do think it's important that you have leadership qualities. And I hear what you're saying in regards to, I'm not saying that you're like the CEO or the leader of an organization, but more so that you've demonstrated that you're a creative individual that can work well within a team, as I mentioned. It's not about, you owning a company or owning something. It's more so about how you've demonstrated your ability to take a situation, understand it, and apply your knowledge to it. So leadership, I think, comes in a variety of ways, and that was just my way of kind of coming across with that. And again, this applies to not only this opportunity, to any other that you apply for as well. So hope that helps, Priya. And again, it's a more general term for leadership, not saying that you need to be like the, a certain type of individual. It's more so about the way that you express the things that you've done in the past. Hope that helps. And encourage you all. I see Tiandra's going to post and share with her networks. I encourage you all to do the same via social or whatever networks you have. Make others aware of this opportunity. There are quite a few on the call today, but we want to make sure that this is spread across as many networks as possible. So please spread the word.
So I have a question. This is William for Alex as well as Mr. George. So what if we received a grant 3 months or 4 months ago? Can we still apply for it? For this grant?
Yes, definitely. You are eligible to continue applying every cycle. And congrats. See, we have a question in the chat. We have, what climate certifications programs are most in demand or valuable? That's a really, really good question. Honestly, Emmanuel, do you have any of that available yet to like share?
Can you ask again? Apologies.
Yes, it's what climate certifications and programs are most in demand? I'm just wondering if that was something in your resources that was already available.
Not in the resources, but I can speak a little bit to that. So the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics has solar panel technicians and wind turbine technicians as the fastest growing occupations in the entire country by a pretty large margin. So to put that into context, average growth rates around 5%, but over the next decade from 2021 to 2031, 5%, right? For a solar panel technician, I believe that's 44%. And similar rates for a wind turbine technician. So, the average salary for those is can start around like $55,000 to $60,000. But if you're looking for a solid bet for like a very, very high demand career path that is only going to grow over the coming years, I would say those are your best bets. Now, when it comes to, other industries, right? Like I would say, because the field of climate and sustainability is just so incredibly vast, that you might be better served, if you are awarded the scholarship, using that money to take what's called a climate tech accelerator program. So Climate Base and Terra.do both offer 12-week programs. I believe they're about $2,000, but they do have financial aid available that you can stack with our scholarship. And by taking those programs, you kind of explore the landscape of climate sustainability, climate tech, and you're able to, see what jobs are kind of like best aligned with, maybe an existing skill set that you have or one that you're looking to develop yourself. So to answer that question, like if you want like a surefire bet to get a climate job, definitely like that industry, solar panel technicians, wind turbine technicians, they start around, again, between 55, 60, but there's definitely, upwards mobility in those sectors, especially if you pursue like management certificates and whatnot. But if you already have an existing skill set, or you're looking to develop one that is not necessarily so physical in nature, then I would highly recommend Climate Base or Terra.do as their accelerator program, so you can see what's out there, because you might be surprised. Like their marketing communications roles within the climate tech space. There's electrical technician roles within that space. And I would also check to see, like what your local kind of like colleges, community colleges, and trade schools are offering too. For example, like energy auditor is a role that you can get after completing certain certificates. I heard lead is a great one. So yeah, just explore your options. Sorry, that was a very long-winded answer, but yes. Oh, and yeah, to answer your question, DeAndre, yes. So those certifications would definitely qualify.
Awesome. Thank you, E. Great. Any other questions? None in the chat, right? No. Okay. Awesome. All right. Yes, great answer for sure. Awesome, awesome. All right. Any other questions going once, going twice?
Yes. Sorry.
You're
I
fine.
couldn't get off mute fast enough.
That's
So,
okay.
I was wondering, I did take tech course. I won the tech scholarship from you all. Thank you again. But would I be able to still apply for this one as well for ESG audit?
Yes, 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 definitely. Honestly, for this cycle, we are just more focused on as long as your course is more based on, you know, climate and sustainability. And Emmanuel made this point as well, is that a lot of your tech skills can be transferred over to that climate sector as well.
Right,
Because yeah, the climate sector also needs engineers. So
right.
so yeah, you're definitely welcome to reapply for this cycle as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. And congrats.
Thank
Glad
you.
you guys are coming back. Awesome. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Awesome. Well, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Go ahead.
may I add?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I know we're gonna have uh, Leonard from greenjobs.net kind of talk a little bit about during our next session about his platform, but I wanted to share it here too, his AI climate career coach. And I think this is a tool that you guys can use like right now today to ask it questions about how, like, you know, your existing skill set may kind of tie into a climate tech role. I just dropped a link to it in the chat. I would encourage you to just click on it and just ask it some questions. You know, what are you kind of looking for? It has a variety of different tools. If you go to the top of the screen and look at like your job ideas, employer ideas, um, you can get it kind of an idea of, like, you know, it'll generate basically like where your kind of skill set will make sense for you in a climate tech and sustainability role. So I just wanted to share that with folks too, something you can immediately do after this call and like have an interactive conversation with a climate career coach facilitated by AI. Forget I'm still screen sharing. There you go.
All right. Thank you, E, again.